got a lot of stuff sitting here on the table. I've been trying to make my sound quality better this morning. So this is the DJI Mini 2, and it has the microphones that I normally use. When I let the cat knock over the gimbal and it broke the little bitty piece that was it's just an adapter that lets me plug into the phone the microphone receiver. So it's out. That's out. There's some of those adapters available on the marketplace that now it's up to like 40 bucks because they know that they're not available, so they can charge for it. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just not willing to pay it. That's, supply and demand. That's how capitalism works. Meanwhile, I've got this older Zoom podcasting unit with a microphone that I was going to use to do a podcast, but never got around to doing because, well, I'm a slacker. This thing has audio outs. I have I think this is called a TRS cord, and I need a TRRS cord, which has, I don't know if you can see this, it has, this is a three connections on here, 3 little contacts, and you need a 4 contact for it to work with this, to plug this into the phone. So I'm recording audio on my phone, I'm recording audio on my Zoom, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to mix the two without a lot of hassle. We'll see. Anyway, this is the kind of mess that I'm dealing with. I had insomnia again this morning. I woke up at 3:30, and so I've been up since 3:30 thinking this through, and I finally thought I had it figured out with this, but I don't have the proper patch cord, so that's not going to happen this morning. I'm not sure about the audio of my Zoom. I haven't used it in a year or two, and we'll just see how it works out. Anyway, I don't really have a specific topic to talk about today. I know that the county I live in, they're withdrawing from the regional library. It's one of those words for me. System, so that they can have their own regional system, so that they can have more control over the system. So I live in a very conservative county in Georgia, and they elected the county commissioners, and the county commissioners are making some decisions that a lot of the more left-leaning residents do not appreciate. This library change is one of the things. And the left-leaning residents believe that this is going to be to give the county more control over what books are within the system, within the libraries. We have 3 libraries in this county. And they're going to have more control over what is in the libraries. It's a conservative county. I don't care. I don't ever go to the library. I understand that the people that do go to the library are very concerned about this. It's important to them that the books that they want their children to read are available for their children to read. Library bookshelves have changed so much over the years, the contents of the bookshelves, that it's going to continue to change. And I guess that libraries have always kind of reflected more of the left political leanings than the right. And now that the right is kind of flexing those muscles a little bit, the left is saying, wait a minute, this is supposed to be nonpartisan, you need to leave all the books in there. Well, I guess not. We kind of voted these people into office, and now they're making the decisions. That's how, representative government works. It kind of sucks that they might take some books off the shelf that they don't agree with. But hello, little podcast peace breaker. Come here, you. Come on. I know, I got all this stuff on the table and you don't like it. Come on. All right, rascal. There you go. That's where you want to be. So I can't work myself up to be upset about this. Now, there are a lot of people that are saying they're just going to do away with anything that is DEI in the library system. Again, that's kind of how a representative republic works. So yeah, they probably are. It kind of sucks for the people that like that side of things, but they've had that side for a while. And now that the Republicans are taking, like I said, flexing that Republican muscle, things are going to change. And if you want to change it back, or you want to prevent the change, then there are some avenues for you to take. I know that one of the people in our neighborhood is very vocal about this. She leans hard to the left. I'm okay with that. Everybody has a right to their own political opinions. I'm more of a centrist libertarian. I think that we should have freedom, and we live in a republic. It's a democratic republic, which basically means we're going to elect officials that we believe will represent us to the best. Now, this county, being a hardcore conservative county, yeah, they're going to do what they think's best, and that's going to be along the conservative lines. One of the reasons I chose this county is I liked those conservative values. I have conservative leanings. There's no doubt about that. So I like those conservative values. Once I was in this county and I became a homeowner, I began to realize that there are some drawbacks to that as well. One of the biggest drawbacks that I see is that most of the nice amenities are built and maintained on the northern side of the county. And that is where the more well-to-do people live, the richer people, the people with more money. They live on that side of the county. I live on the side of the county, the southern side, that has a lot of businesses and a lot of interstate travel. I-21 runs right along our side of the county. We have a lot of stores and a lot of travel amenities there that I assume bring in quite a bit of money. Now, I've tried to figure out where most of the taxes in this county come from. And the best I can figure out is I was wrong. Most of the tax money is coming from the other side of the county where the well-to-do people are living. I'm still not convinced of that because there's so much business on this side of the county. But if the majority of the tax money that the county is collecting is coming from that side of the county, then I don't have a complaint about them spending most of that money on that side of the county. I do have a complaint about how the county officials are letting this side of the county grow so quickly. As a libertarian, I'm kind of I think that you should be able to do with your property what you want to do with it. However, if you're going to have a government, stop it. You're going to tear it up again, you little rascal. If you're going to have a government that's going to mandate zoning laws, then you have to do so responsibly. And the neighborhood I live in, we have 614 houses in this neighborhood. It's big. It's not the biggest by far. It's not the biggest. However, they continue to let developers put in more and more and more residents, and these are very close together residents. These houses are probably 15, 20 feet apart from each other. And we don't have the infrastructure to support that. We have the 3 schools on the main thoroughfare here. We have elementary, middle, and a high school, and they're all basically in the same place. So every morning, starting around 7 o'clock, there's that traffic. And I mean, it is backed up. And they built the 3 schools. Great. I like the schools. I think the kids should have a good school. And then they allowed 2 more subdivisions to be built that will impact the traffic going into that school system or going through that road system. We don't have that kind of infrastructure here. This is going to be a serious issue. I'm coming up on retirement. I hope I'm coming up on retirement. We'll see. Once these subdivisions are finished and filled up, holy mackerel, it's going to be a big to-do just to get to work. I'm very fortunate. My normal reporting time for work is 9 o'clock in the morning, so I miss almost all the school traffic. It takes me about 25 minutes to get to work, but if I have to go in early, say I have to be in there at 8 o'clock, now I'm looking at about 40 minutes to get to work. 20 minutes is just getting out of this area, just the first 5 miles. So I don't think the county commissioners are really doing a great job as far as the zoning and maintaining the infrastructure to help with that zoning. I think that's a serious issue. But, wow, I went quite far afield from where I started off. We'll, I guess we'll drop that. I really am rambling this morning. I'm just quite concerned about where this part of the county is headed. That's good coffee. I don't know what I did different this morning, but that's really good. That's really good coffee. I wish I could take credit for it, but I literally just hit the grind button and then pour the water in the coffee pot and let it go. But that's what I've been thinking of this morning. Well, that and this mess of a sound system I'm trying to straighten up. I don't know how I'm gonna I do all my editing on the phone. I don't know how I'm gonna get the audio from the Zoom to the phone so I can edit it in the program that I like to edit on. I have no idea. This is really a matter of that right there, that lightning, and they switched it from lightning to USB-C. Well, everything I have is mixed now, and I don't have all the cords. So, there you go. The infrastructure for my sound system is not prepared for the amount of stuff I want to do. Anyway, there's an old idiom that all politics is local. That is absolutely true. We have a bit of drama going on in the HOA. There's a bit of drama in the county. And you all know there's a lot of drama in the national scale. But it really always comes back to local and how how the government is behaving and treating those of us on the local scene, whether it's from the national government, state government, county government. If you live in a city, city government. I don't live in a city. There was at one point talk of annexing this part of the county into the city that I'm close to, but thank goodness they didn't do that. Number one, I don't need my taxes to go up, and number two, I don't want to live in a city. I don't want to live in a town. I like living in the county. There's a little bit more freedom in the county than there is in a city or a town. So, I'm really enjoying my coffee this morning. But that's all I got this morning. I've had a really, really rough night. Didn't get a lot of good sleep. Got a little bit of sleep. Got about 5.5 hours. This app that I use, it lets me know whether I'm in deep sleep or not, and I usually get between 3 and 4 hours of deep sleep, which, from what I understand, that's pretty phenomenal, but lately I haven't been getting it. And I'm going to blame my wife because she hasn't made me a chai latte before bed in a while, and I always sleep better with a chai latte. So this is kind of a holler to my wife. I think that we should have a chai latte tonight. I know that this microphone is probably letting my cup when it hits the table. So I'm trying to use a stack of bills that I have over here. I might even pay those bills. I haven't really given that much consideration. I'm gonna pay my bills. Well, I guess that's all I got this morning. It really was a rambling with Joe kind of day. Just kind of kicking off, what is today? Wednesday. Trying to kick off Wednesday with a decent attitude. And I hope that you can find a decent attitude today. I hope you find a good cup of coffee, and I hope you find peace, love, and dream.